Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Okinawa Arena. This is the Japanese B-League Championship. It's semifinals, the Game 3 decider between Ryukyu Golden Kings and the Chiba Jets. Well, what a series it has been, folks. This semifinal, of course, the winner will advance to take on Utsunomiya Breaks, and who knows how this one's going to turn out. We had a very interesting series here in Okinawa. Chiba Jets winning Game 1, 96-85. And following that game on Saturday, on Sunday, Ryukyu Golden Kings came from behind and won 84-78 to knock the series at 1 game apiece. And they will be taking on this very good Utsunomiya team that has advanced and progressed. You can see how they advanced with their big win over Kawasaki. So, you know, Jack Cooley sitting there getting a little bit of rest. Boy, he was working hard in that last game, certainly. And Kishimoto has gotten off to a great start. Again, you can see the scores from those first 2 games. Tashiro, who hit that shot, very important. Kudahara was very lively in that last game for Chiba Jets. And always the presence of Yuki Togashi looms large. But it has to be said, while he was excellent in Game 1 and had some big moments in Game 2, perhaps he didn't play at his Chiba Jets had gotten in that first game, second and third opportunities even. So really pay attention to the rebounding on both ends of the floor. It's the ability, you know, when Chiba is able to utilize the excellent rebounding skills of Size, of Edwards, of Duncan, and obviously, you know, everybody else gets in there and crashes the boards. They are a much different team. They were not able to win that part of the battle on Sunday. So the lights have been lowered here in the Okinawa Arena, and the flashlights are on the smartphones here in this crowd, which numbers just over 4,000. Remember, because of the coronavirus pandemic, you're not allowed to have more than 50% capacity, safety first. But you wouldn't know that it's not full the way these crowds have been making a lot of noise in this exceptionally enjoyable Japanese B-League semifinal. Of course, throughout the whole championship, the crowds have been electric. So really fun times. Golden Kings, again, don't forget, in that last meeting, they got out to a very good start. They outscored Chiba 28-18 in the opening quarter, and it was their highest scoring quarter in the game. Of course, Chiba Jets really locked down on defense in that next quarter before halftime, limiting the Golden Kings to just 12 second quarter points. But nevertheless, the Golden Kings scored when they had to. They got stops when they needed to in the end. And just truly an inspirational effort from everybody involved in that Golden Kings team. I think there were a lot of people, myself included, that didn't think it was possible they were going to win that game. But they showed tremendous fight and courage, and they came out and won the game and showed why the sport of basketball is unpredictable, and that's one of the beauties of the sport. Obviously, Kim Tilly, again, he was quiet for most of the game, but when he had to, he stepped up, not only contributing on the boards, but also hit a huge three-point shot that we saw in the pregame. So, starting things off, Dwayne Evans wears number 13, and again, just an absolute stud the way that he played. Kishimoto has just been terrific, really, in this semifinal series, as has that man right there, Tashiro, Naoki Tashiro. His defense and Imamoto's defense were just exceptional in that last game. The young Hayato Maki comes out, number 23, and of course, Big Bad Jack is back, Jack Cooley, who really brought a lot of toughness, especially in that game too. And also, kudos to that man right there, because even when the chips looked like they might have been down and the momentum was with Chiba Jets in Game 2, you saw the sense of urgency on his face, but also the confidence. And it felt like he really transmitted that to his team, his players, because at no time did they ever give up the ghost. And even after Jack Cooley fouled out, they seemed to pull together and got even stronger. So basketball, obviously a team sport. It's a next man up sport. You lose somebody, somebody else has to come in. And again, one of the beauties of this sport, you know what they say, there's no I in team. And that is certainly the case with these two outfits that are battling for the right to make it to Yokohama City to take on Utsunomiya Brex in the final. So Atsushi Ono, some slightly nervous looks over there on the sidelines. You know, on the one hand, you think it's tough to play 3 consecutive games with so much on the line. The referees for today's game getting some gel on the hands. I'm going to drink of water before they start proceedings. You think that playing 3 consecutive days is tough. And you know what? I'm sure these guys are a little bit tired, but you know what? It's also a sport. It's basketball. That's what you want to do. So starting fives again, Jack Cooley, Tashiro, Kishimoto, Dwayne Evans, and Maki on the left for Ryukyu Golden Kings. And also for Chiba Jets, you've got Josh Duncan, Yuki Togashi, Sato, Sais, and Shurahara. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Okinawa Arena here in Okinawa. Pretty picture. It is going to be a terrific Game 3. We certainly expect it. And rough start for Golden Kings, who actually win the opening tip, and Kishimoto puts up an air ball. Shurahara from the right doesn't hesitate. And Chiba Jets land the first blow. Playing all 3 games away from home, but they have had some passionate fans also that have been here backing them throughout this riveting semifinal. Maki, good! And he was just inside the arc there, so that was a 2 for Hayato Maki, again, the 23-year-old shooting guard. Shurahara, he came out feeling it, so he put up another one. Jack Cooley gets the first of what promises to be many rebounds for him today. And then right as Tashiro crosses midcourt, he is met by Shurahara. So the foul has been called on number 31. Well, the pass turned away. It was intended for Dwayne Evans, and here's Sais. And Tashiro doesn't give away the cheap one. He's going to send Sais to the line. Spain international Sebastian Sais, who was not allowed really to assert himself in that last game. They really did an excellent job limiting his contributions. He finished with just 8 rebounds to go with his 11 points. And when you compare that to his first game, 18 points and 15 rebounds, you can see how they really did get after business on the glass. So the early turnover cost them 2 points. Kishimoto looks for a little space, puts it up from a long way out. I don't think Coach Fujita is going to be too happy with that. And now the dump down low. And the foul has been called. Shaky start for Kishimoto. He had a good start in the first 2 games. Sato in the paint. Dwayne Evans gets the rebound. Evans trying to get it going. Remember, it's the 3rd consecutive day these 2 teams have met. Maki gets it down low and puts it up and in. Tagashi and Evans in possession to grabbing the rebound. Now he's going to look to go. He's going to bring it back out. Maki into the corner to Tashiro. Guarded by Sato. Maki doesn't hesitate. Tagashi rebounds the miss. Former league MVP, Ryukyu Tagashi. And now Maki commits the foul on Shurahara. I'll tell you, if you don't know much about Hayato Maki, other than the fact that he's 23 and he's 6 feet 2 inches in height, 1.87 meters, let me give you this little tidbit. I've actually mentioned this before, but it's interesting. When he played in high school, he was playing in the high school state championship, and he tried to dunk the basketball on Rui Hachimura, who didn't allow. It was one of those not in my house moments for Rui Hachimura, who's now in the NBA, obviously, with the Washington Wizards. But this Hayato Maki is certainly a burgeoning talent, and figures to be in that Japan national team with Hachimura in the years ahead. He is bold and shown that he's pretty confident so far in Game 3. Chiba Jets. And size. Well, Jack Cooley. Don't see quite as much aggression on the boards from Chiba Jets here early. Stepping over to the left, Kishimoto. And he misses his 3rd shot from the arc. Duncan fumbles it, catches it, puts it back up. And now he misses. And while I would not suggest that these players are feeling fatigue, I would say that perhaps they're not quite as spry or sprightly as they were in the first couple of games. Having played those back-to-back games, so it's back-to-back-to-back. Of course, that didn't stop Sato from diving for the loose ball out of bounds. Namizato comes into the game, as does Imamura, and 25. And in Game 1, they were also pretty good, 22 of 27 for 81%. Maki fouled by Shannon Shorter. That was a good call by the ref. He was fully extended arm making contact and wouldn't allow Maki space to move. Here he is coming in, missing off the back of the iron. Tagashi rebounds it and runs. Now to Shorter. Turn around. Boy, that was a rough shot. The shooting has not looked good for Chiba Jets. And that is a sign of tiredness. Now the kick Toe flipping. Wouldn't mind seeing toe flipping be given a chance to isolate, go to the basket when they get the basketball back. And Maki doesn't inbound the basketball fast enough, so they turn it over. Tagashi. Now to Edwards, knocked out of his hands. Tilly also in the game for Golden Kings. And Tilly, good! Unlike yesterday, doesn't wait around for the fourth quarter to hit his one and only three. He comes out and hits one not even 7 minutes into the contest. And not even on the floor for a minute. Josh Duncan feeds it, good! Well, Chiba just needed one, needed something, and Josh Duncan provided it. Tilly, he was going up again, and Edwards knew it, so he reached in, knocked it away. Namizato steps up, and great defense by Gavin Edwards. That was a real momentum-changing sequence for him. Shorter, perhaps nowhere to go, but gets the benefit of the call. Charges into Namizato. Shorter misses the first attempt as Chiba Jets try to pull even. And he does get the second to go. He was perfect at the line. Before that, he made all three of his attempts in game one. Did not attempt the free throw yesterday. Imamura finds a little bit of space, gets inside, it's good! You can hear him shouting, and one, just as he releases the ball. So the three-point play opportunity. Just a player, in my opinion, Imamura, as well as Tashiro, those guys really turned the tide yesterday in game two for this Golden Kings team. They were outstanding. Nishimura bumped by Namizato. Now Edwards. He's made a couple of good plays on defense already. Here he is facing the double team, has to pass out of it to Duncan. And then Duncan flies in for it, goes in like a man. And he's fouled by Tilly. Sometimes you just got to take it to the rack, and that's what Josh Duncan does. Look at him. He's fired up. Gives us the Incredible Hulk celebration. And now he hopes to complete the three-point play to tie it. And Duncan sure does tie it at 16. Fonyu in the game. He catches the ball. Gives it back to Namizato. Three-point shot, Imamura. And Duncan's everywhere right now, folks. If he's not scoring, he's grabbing rebounds. Shannon Shorter. Spins, gives it back. Now Nishimura. Nishimura is tripped up there by Fonyu. I really like the play of Nishimura. This season. And is it going to count or not? Nope. I don't think it is going to count. So for some reason, he took it early, so frustrating for him. And now he misses the second attempt, and even he looks a little tired. But it was really good in the quarterfinals of the championship. He ends up making 1 of 2. So Takuma Sato comes back into the game. The Chiba Jets, who now lead it 17-16. Ryukyu catches it, passes it back out to the perimeter. Tilly wasn't able to catch it cleanly to attempt the 3. Good decision by Tilly. Well, I thought it was, but Evans needed to go straight up. Great defense by Chiba Jets. So the final minute of the opening quarter. These players trying to dig deep here in this game 3. Having played on the previous 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, splitting those 2 encounters. Duncan on the baseline. It looks like Josh Duncan's decided, I'm going to take over the game. Namisato turns, goes up, and the foul has been called on Nishimura. So Namisato, who is a bundle of energy, doesn't matter when he plays, and whether it's a regular season game, whether it's playoff game, he just brings it every single time. And Namisato cuts it back to a 1-point game here. Tagashi coming back into the contest. Here comes Jordan. Taking it down as low as he can. Now he gets into the paint, puts it up and in. That's him at his best. Now they've got some time left. 3-2. Oh boy, he took it way early. Not sure he realized how much time he had. So that is the end of 1, and Chiba Jets getting to grips with things right at the end of the quarter. Here in the Okinawa Arena, they lead it 21-18 at the end of 1. Spins, gets it to Gardner. Oh, he traveled. No, they didn't call it. And Gardner, they give him the 3-pointer. I'll tell you what, if you look at that again, that was really curious.
Under 10, the shot clock has to kick this one out. Finds Calfani, pump fakes. Calfani, step back. Oh, baby! Matias Calfani from downtown.
They're going to get a chance. Tagashi. Oh! This is an unbelievable sequence. Tagashi not only hits the 3, but if they called a foul.
They went a little bit too early. Will they be made to pay? Yes, they will! Banking it off there. It's Keita Imamura, back-to-back threes. And it's a 2-point advantage for the Ryukyu Golden Kings. Fantasista will have to take this shot on his own. Will miss. Tilly grabs out.
And another jump shot falls for that man right there, Namizato. Mitsuhara also in the game, guarding the basketball right now. Got some issues with foul trouble. Shorter misses. Size flies in, but nowhere to go for him. The ball saved in bounds to Tashiro. He gets it back from Namizato now. Wanted to get it to Cooley, but decides to pass it cross court. Oh, beautiful pass. Bullet pass, in fact, from Namizato to Jack Cooley. Jack is back. Size. Oh, wonderful spin move, but the finish isn't there. The ball won't drop. Did what he's supposed to do, went to his left hand, just could not get it to go down. Tashiro on the deck, into the corner, Mitsuhara, good! Well, how about that? That is almost an X-Factor-like occurrence. He's big, but he's got a nice touch, and the Golden Kings are back in front. Ishimura misses, but Size does what he does best, gets in there for the offensive rebound and putback. Tashiro takes the pass from Imamura! Count it! Shorter gets a little space, launches from deep. Wow, he's come out firing today. 8 points for Shannon Shorter. Imamura. Back outside, Namizato wide open. Size rebounds the miss. Shorter again. Good! Boy, he is in his rhythm. 11 points. Well, they got so many weapons in that Chiba Jets team. One of them is certainly Shannon Shorter, who right now is in the flow. Kim Tilly hit the early three, but hasn't been able to attempt one since. Maki steps back, got the long two. So foul called on Kim Tilly. Togashi gets into the paint. Now he gets it back from Shorter. Steps in. Little mid-range shot. Takes what the defense gives him, and Chiba Jets move in front by 8 points. So timeout. Oh, excuse me, was that 8 points? Or now it's 6 point lead. Anyway, timeout on the floor by Golden Kings. He wanted to take the three. The defense ran at him. Here he was on the previous possession, penetration. Or excuse me, no, that was the same one. And you can see that Kishimoto ran him off the three-point line, but he was able to hit the mid-range shot. So, yeah, I think that's right. 36-30, Chiba Jets on top of Ryukyu Golden Kings here. And Hiroki Fujita not wanting this team to get on a big run here. So Dwayne Evans, that was the message. Let's get Dwayne going. Evans can't get it to drop, and Shannon Shorter has it. Oh boy, Shannon Shorter passed up a jumper, got it to Edwards, and just a tremendous effort from Edwards to get the basketball back and then go up and score. From the right, and Maki gets it to drop. And with that, we have got an official timeout. Very important basket by Hayato Maki. Have another look, and you can see his feet are definitely behind the line, so that was indeed a three-pointer. So this game is living up to the hype that we expected. Both teams really getting after each other. With that shot, you can see that Maki has become the leading scorer for the Golden Kings, and 40 also being ably rather well supported with those 7 points. 6 points by Jack Cooley. And for Chiba Jets, no surprise that Shannon Shorter has gotten off to a great start with those 11 points to lead the way, and Josh Duncan has 10. Those two players really kind of took matters into their own hands. They really helped them kind of assert this Chiba Jets team, assert themselves to move in front. Now the question is, can they press home that advantage, stretch it, or are we going to see another comeback here by the Golden Kings? Maki has already surpassed his scoring totals from the first two games combined with his 7 points. So that's a good sign for him and for his club. Here he is hustling away, getting the basketball. Size was none too pleased with that decision not to award them the basketball. He goes out, and the 35-year-old Josh Duncan returns to the floor. So Evans this time starts with the basketball up high, hands it off to Kishimoto. Hasn't been able to lend his scoring to the fight today. Now Evans, pretty quiet for him as well. He gets down and misses. Now Togashi, oh boy, look at him. Zigzag his way in, then he misses the shot. Great move, $1 million move, but a 5-cent finish. Kishimoto, well, he thought about stepping back. Maki has the hot hand, but he misses. And now Shorter, also who has the hot hand, brings it forward for the Jets. Oh, great defense by Tashiro to knock it away. Evans, and the offensive foul called on Evans as he got low in the paint. And I think he might have led with his forearm. Watch this. Shannon Shorter not one to give any inches, and then just decided he was going to take one for the team and drew the charge. So another timeout here for Coach Fujita. With 3:42 remaining, 38-33, Chiba Jets on top of his Ryukyu Golden Kings. The winner of this Game 3 will take on Utsunomiya Brechts in the B-League Championship Final. And, of course, that will start next weekend. Well, two of the players that really carried the Golden Kings for long stretches yesterday have not made really any impact in terms of points. Dwayne Evans, just 2 points so far, and Ryoko Kishimoto just has yet to score. He's missed 3 3-pointers. It's Jack Cooley with 6 points, Maki with 7. And sometimes when you struggle like this on offense, you've really got to rely on your defense. And perhaps that would get the likes of Imamura or Tashiro going. Only Tashiro is on the court right now. Shorter passes back to Edwards. Oh, and he lowers his shoulder and charges into Kim Tilly. So, turnabout's fair play, as they say. I think it's just because he clearly pushed off with his left forearm. Had he not, he would have been okay. You see Tilly exchanging words with Saiz, the Frenchman and the Spaniard. Here's Tilly, pops up, that's his spot on the court! Oh, Kim Tilly, and before that, Gavin Edwards had been so alert to Tilly, wanting to step outside from long range. He has left the game. Saiz has entered, but Saiz was nowhere near. So it's back to a 2-point game. It's incredible that the Kings are trailing by just 2 points, with Kishimoto and Evans combining for just 2 points to this stage. Evans out of the game. Togashi almost turns it over. Gets it back. Pulls up and fouled while attempting the jumper by Kishimoto. So frustrating sequence. Frustrating game so far for Kishimoto. Watch him as he comes up on Togashi. Oh yeah, he got him on the left arm. No question about it. So he goes over to the bench after his second foul, and Tagashi, one of the faces of Japanese basketball, goes to the line. Of course, he's the point guard for the national team that's coached by Julio Lamas. And he makes the second as well to take it back to a 4-point lead now. Naruto Namisato hands it off. He's come back in as a replacement for Kishimoto. And the foul called on Tagashi. That's Tagashi's first foul. Keita Imamura checks back in, number 30. So watch this with Toshiro and Imamura in the game at the same time. Oh boy, that was a huge offensive rebound for Tilly. Oh, wonderful pass from Namisato! Jack Cooley, the beneficiary, crosses himself. I tell you, Namisato has been the most effective point guard on the court today for this Golden Kings team, who now trail by 2 points. Duncan fakes the shot, goes in, traveling. Great work from Cooley. They love him. He's a jack in the box in that paint. Always around. Here he is. He's going to go to work on Duncan. Turns. Oh, no, he's going to go, and I'm afraid he forced that one up. Went up with the left hand. That was Xavier winning the battle against Notre Dame. And Tagashi hits the three. Wow. Just takes your breath away how he can just step up and make such big plays. And it comes after a poor decision by Jack Cooley, who really should have passed it back out. You're going to play at this level, you cannot be afraid to make plays. And he certainly is not. He gets out there and just lets it fly, Tagashi. And so far, Tagashi with 7 points now. And that was his first three-pointer of the game. So timeout, 1:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Chiba Jets on top by 5 points. Well, we haven't really spoken about any type of hegemony on the board so far, but Chiba Jets are on top in that category, 17-14. But it hasn't been it has not been a decisive edge. Just 3 of those 18 rebounds. 3 of those 18 rebounds have come on the offensive glass. Really bounce pass. Oh boy, how about that? Got it right into Imamura. That was a well drawn up play during the timeout. Shudahara. Oh! He puts him in the spin cycle, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. Shudahara spinning and hoping to be winning, and there was not much Toshiro was going to do on that one. That was just a tremendous move. But then Shudahara, he might have put himself in a spin cycle because he was well short on that free throw attempt. He does make the second. Misato. Okay, Duncan comes out and gets it down to Cooley. Misato. And inside the final minute now, Chiba Jets looking to extend their lead. They're up by 4 points late in the first half. Tagashi pulls up from the elbow, misses everything. Size fell down, hustles back, but he doesn't get to Tilly! 3 3-pointers for Kim Tilly, the Frenchman, in this first half. And that is a weapon that they're only too happy to go to, Golden Kings here. He only hit one yesterday, but it was a big one. And now he's come out and helped them stay in the game. Oh, the pass intercepted. Imamura back up to his old tricks from yesterday. Over to Tashiro. Oh, it goes in and out. And that's how the first half finishes in a real flourish. They almost deserved that one to go in. Wow. Breathtaking stuff by Golden Kings as they come back. It's Chiba Jets, however, on top 44-43 at halftime. So keep watching, folks. You're going to be looking at some of the best plays from the regular season of the B-League coming up.
ウォッシュバーのスクリーンを使って外に行ってウォッシュバー
ゲーム開始からずっと安定しているエバンス。オフ選手、シガボールです。
クーリー、そして奥には今村か入れました。残り3秒、並里一家、並里のジャンプシュート、並里成とファンタジスタ、ブザービーター決めました。これは恐れ入りました、並里成と。
並里、斉藤もその辺は分かっている。さあクーリーに入れました。ショットクロック4秒ですから行くしかないか。外に振って並里スリー。
これは落ちます。3人でボックスアウトに行ったんですが、しかし結局ボールを取ったのは172センチの並里。2フェイク入れた。ファウルをもらってバスケットカウント。見事な攻撃、これが琉球のファンタジスタ、見事なアシストでした。今のはこれ並里ですね。
いや、これです。この後
これですね。
すいません。
ビハインドザバックですから。
うわー、これまた同じことをやってきた。エンドワン。この後うわー、
全く同じことをこれ。
しかもファウルになってましたね。
はい、クリス強いと思います。
サイモンが早くも2桁に乗せました。琉球の得点対決はなかなか京都琉球でしか見られない重量級対決です。かなり琉球が引き離しにかかる時間帯もあったんですが、京都がついていきます。
このピックパス通りません。ターンオーバーからクーリー決めてますね。
岸本選手、
岸本、はい。でミスもあって呼び込んでクーリーのダンク。ショッ
トクロックは7秒。不入、時間がない中で今村。決めてきます今村。切っておりますので、オフィシャルタイムアウトとなります。このパスが通っての今村。
琉球ボール。今村遠目から狙う。スリーポイントが入りまくっていた
ホームチームの琉球になってどうでしたか、与那嶺さん。
いやそうですね、今のこのシュートもそうなんですけども、選手ね、非常にこう気持ちよくプレーしてるなっていう印象を受けますよ。
さあ富樫がいって最後はギャビー・エドワーズ。最後の最後決めきりました千葉ジェッツ。
見えてました。
そのスピードでかわすことはできなかったというところだ。これでワールドカップスリーポイントが決まりました。これが富樫、さすがのこのシュート精度がありました。
いやもうね、今完全に時間もね、見ながらプレーからね、いやさすがです。
そしてまた決まるところが役者だなという感じがありますが、
ショータンだし葛原がついていますが、193センチ。
ここでアリエパス、
サイズが決める、吠える。さあサイズどうする。富樫、あと3秒だ。富樫、長吉がついている。富樫のフローター、ブザービーターで決めた。
これタイムアウトですけど分かってますよね。
そして最後はブザービーターで富樫が決めたという前半です。
開きましたね。
パラシューター、どうか間に合ったが、どうか。
結構ギリギリでしたけどよく決めましたね。
よく決めました。
最後は原修太、見事なスリーポイントを沈めました。これで前半が終わりました。29対38、アウェーの千葉ジェッツリードで前半が終了しています。というのが出てこなかった川崎、一方で、千葉、この最後原修太、
スリーポイントはこれ大きかったですね。
さあここは一つフェイクを入れて、このパスが通して決まる。大倉ですが体は大丈夫か。場内大いに盛り上がったんですが、倒れたところ足を痛めたんですかね。
千葉のショーターが入れてくる。これはバスケットなのか。押し込まないとダメなんですか。
そうですね。
はい、これはもう取ってしまってますが、
同時にキャッチした瞬間にボタンが操作され始めますんで、
ここですよね。これで
キャッチ&シュート、
コンマ1秒で投げたかどうかというようなところです。これでは今ちょっと時計、
どんな結末を見せるか。
開いていた。ここですよね。入った瞬間にペイントの中にこれ逆なんですよ、ディフェンスがいる方向が。
やりそうです。今度は
そうですね、どちら側に行くかですね。
あと3秒。ベンドラメ、カメラが来た。
そしてロシター、ボールを持って残り3秒。
2秒、1秒。
打ってから決めてきた。
すごい。
見事です、ライアン・ロシター。
ミドルから打っていったっていうハンドです。ガードノールックで入ろう。
いや、今の素晴らしいパス。
見えてました。
スピードでかわすことはできなかったというところだ。これでワールドカップスリーポイントが決まりました。これが
素晴らしい。
富樫、さすがのこのシュート精度がありました。
いやもうね、今完全に時間もね、見ながら
残りが5秒になる篠山、ここからアタックを開始。ボンズに渡って、これはいい合わせ。
いいパスでした。
第1クォーター終了。31対23。
残り10秒切っています。スイッチしました。木下のシュート落ちたが名古屋がつないだ。張本決めて第1クォーター終了。
このシュート大きかったんじゃないですかね。
さあ残りは動き出すショットクロック。コリンズは外から金丸コーチで1000本目。
すごい。さあ富樫がいって最後はギャビー・エドワーズ。最後の最後決めきりました千葉ジェッツ。
バウンドをスクリーンアウトするのがなかなか捉えにくいんで、
おっと
今の安藤のちょっとダンク気味でしたね。すごいダンクでしたね。
篠山、長吉のディフェンス、辻はもう打つしかない、スリーポイント決めた3本目、キックアウト山内、そして広瀬のスリー、これも落ちる。さあ残りは21秒。
いやこれ
ポゼッション差、
時間使ってオーバータイムで右ぐらいの形を取らないとですね。
3点が欲しい東京です。ディープスリーきたー、
タイムアウト、
安藤聖也トップオブザキーからのディープスリー、この勝負どころねじ込みました。そうですね、はい、
これファウル2回できるんで、多分切り刻むと思うんですよね。
見せるとすぐダブルチームをかけていきます、渋谷です。田中から須田のスリー、須田は今シーズンはスリーポイント拾った、ポゼッション横浜、残り15秒切りました。森川受けてアクセンバースのスリー、残り 8.3 秒、横浜逆転、新潟タイムアウト。
Well, here, Game 3 in Okinawa. It's been a real showdown between two great teams trying to advance to the final of the championship to take on Utsunomiya Brex. And really, this has been quite an exercise of who is going to have the momentum, because it looked like Chiba Jets were starting to get the grips with things. Shudahara, Josh Duncan, Shannon Shorter. But that man right there, Kim Tilly, has been immense today. The Frenchman hitting 3 3-pointers. Again, we did see Josh Duncan rattle one in. But that man has just been very tough the last couple of days. Excellent on both ends of the floor. And Duncan excited to get the N1. But really just a riveting first half between these two teams. They started a little slow, looked a little tired, but as the game wore on, they started to get more and more back to their old form. It was almost as if they needed to warm up. And then by the end of that second quarter, this Golden Kings team was indeed warmed up, and they almost took the lead, in fact, right before halftime. Gavin Edwards, always tough. Jack Cooley has played one of his better games in the championship. That was a well-timed Mitsahara three-pointer. Good to see him contributing to the calls today. You always know that Shannon Shorter, though, is up for the big game. And he certainly has been today, coming out and scoring 11 points. Tagashi, obviously, also always up for the big game. He has been terrific. 7 points and a couple of assists. Maki actually has 7 first-half points. He only scored a total of 6 in the first 2 games. He was shut out in Game 1, so he had 6 yesterday. And again, Kim Tilly, if he has space to launch the 3, you better look out. He's going to nail it. Tagashi, again, you always have to keep an eye on him, and it's hard to keep up with him. Kim Tilly, though, has got 9 points, perfect from the floor, from the three-point shot. You can see the Golden Kings, 6 of 8, 6 of 11 for Chiba Jets. Both teams shooting it well from the free throw line. Golden Kings perfect at 5 of 5, and Chiba Jets 10 of 13. Chiba Jets are starting to show signs of a little bit of superiority on the glass, and that'll be something that the Golden Kings have to really keep an eye on. Limit those offensive rebounds, especially but right now just 3 of their 20 rebounds have come on the offensive glass. So, again, we're at halftime, and couldn't have asked for a better showdown between these two players. Jack Cooley with those 8 points, 5 rebounds. Gavin Edwards has the 5 points and the 2 rebounds. And keep an eye on them. But really, the way this has gone, this series, you just don't know who's going to step up in the big moments of the games. There have been some really interesting developments, some X factors, and I'm sure we're going to have one that emerges in the second half as well. So for Ryukyu there, leading the way, Tilly with 9 points, and Cooley has 8. Imamura has 7. Maki also with 7 points. And for the Chiba Jets, Shorter with 11 points, Duncan with 10, Tagashi with 7, and Shudahara with 6 points. Also, one of the big factors really for the Golden Kings, Dwayne Evans hasn't gotten it going yet offensively. It's 1 of 3 from the floor, just 2 points. And also Ryuichi Kishimoto just with, he's missed 3 threes and hasn't scored. He does have 3 assists, so you want to keep an eye on them. Second half action now underway here in Okinawa, the Okinawa Arena. And it's the Golden Kings with possession, attacking the basket to the right. Namizato had a good first half, comes in and feeds it down low to Jack Cooley. That's the fact. Jack puts it up and in, puts the Golden Kings back in front. Now Duncan, will it be his second 3? No, it will not. Toshiro rebounds it, gets it quickly up to Narito Namizato, then gets it back. Namizato looks like he might have been better passing that away, although it was open. Tagashi back to Duncan. And the 35-year-old misses Dwayne Evans, rebounds and runs. Hands it off to Namizato. Seems to have an extra burst of energy today. And Namizato is feeling it. There you go. And I think you could almost sense that with the way that Dwayne Evans gave him the basketball right back. Shudahara, good! Wow! He ties it at 47. I'm sure Usonomiya Brett's watching this game, intrigued and learning a lot about their opponents. And one thing that they will be learning is that neither of these teams gives up the ghost. They go for 40 minutes. And Jack Cooley misses everything, and Size almost fumbled it out of bounds, but saves it and gets it to Tagashi. Tagashi from the arc, and Jack Cooley another board. Boy, he's having his best game rebounding-wise today. Now he's got 6, and there's Dwayne Evans. Oh boy, Dwayne Evans is just in a funk right now. Maybe a little bit of tiredness. Not quite as sharp as he wants to be. But he's also arguably your main man, and you got to ride him. At some point, it's going to click. Shudahara doesn't hesitate. And Jack Cooley this time called for a push. on Sais. And really, that was more of a case of Sais coming over and getting position. Saw Cooley also just pushed off Shurahara, and so the referee would have liked that if he'd seen it. And now the bump on Tashiro as Shurahara attacks from the left. I like the aggression by Shurahara. He's looked good today. Now Tagashi zigzags his way in. Oh, he misses the shot. Did all the hard work. And this time Jack Cooley doesn't rebound the basketball. So Tashiro goes out and is replaced by Imamura. Those two guys, you don't want to face them if you're the opposition when both of them are on the court in a key moment of a game. We saw that yesterday. They were excellent in game 2. Shurahara drives in, and there was the putback by Sais. Namizato dribbles, goes to his left, and well challenged there, Seba Sais, to put him off the shot at the end. And Sato, wow, finds his way to the basket, and the lead goes to 4 points. Dump to Cooley. And as Cooley moved towards the basket, there was contact, and he has been able to draw the foul. Watch this. There's not really anywhere for him to go, but what he did well there was as he kind of lunged forward, he had the ball high, extended his arms, and as contact was made, the foul was called. He was perfect at the line in game 1, 4-4, and he was 5 of 6 in game 2. But there, Jack Cooley missed both free throws. Tagashi back to Duncan. And that's a couple that Duncan has missed now. And the pass goes back to Duncan. Tries to get back to the line, the reach. The ball ends up with Namizato. And hands it back off very cleverly. And Dwight Evans just cannot get the ball to drop. It's been that type of day. Wow. Excellent work by Namizato. Look at this. Puts it on a platter. And Dwayne Evans just can't quite believe it. So Sato has to go out after picking up his third foul. 4 minutes, 3 seconds into the second half of the deciding game of the semifinal between Ryukyu Golden Kings and Chiba Jets. Let's see if watching the basketball go in the basket helps Dwayne Evans. And you also saw Kishimoto over there from the bench. He struggled today, so he's still sitting, and you can't see him coming back into the game the way Namizato is playing right now until Namizato needs to sit down for a breather. So Dwayne Evans makes the second as well, and it's back to a 2-point game. Shorter re-enters the game. He's got the basketball. Outside to Edwards. Good. Well, they're definitely getting those open threes. It's just a matter of making them. Evans, boy, he passes it up. And a charge called on Dwayne Evans. I'm sure after the game, he's just gonna say, wow, I just could not get anything going today. Everything was going against me. He's arguing that he didn't feel like Seba Sias was in position in time. Oh, beautiful bounce pass, Shorter, but excellent defense from behind by Mackey to knock it away. Three-point shot, and Tagashi's attempt off the iron. Now Edwards in, and this could be a problem if they start dominating on the offensive glass, because it leads immediately to a three-pointer for Shurahara. And Fujita, I'm sure, is going to say, listen, guys, we've done a great job the last two games of keeping this team off the offensive glass. We just have to keep doing that for the rest of the way, because that's what happens if they do not. Look at Edwards. Instead of someone going to put a body on Edwards, they were ball watching, and in the end, Shurahara was able to live up to his name, Shuda. He shot it well. Well, nearly 5 minutes into this second half, and it looks like Chiba Jets have the inside track to a spot in the final. So a very important timeout here, which has been called by Fujita, the coach of the Golden Kings. You know, this isn't the first time they have faced adversity. So Imamura's coming into the game. Tilly back in as well. See if that gives him another option. He's not going to hesitate. And it looked like maybe the hand, while it wasn't in the face, it was extended and probably messed him up from the defender. Shorter. Over to Sice. He has been looking for that three. Now he goes to work against Tilly. And good work by Tilly. They swing it, Imamura from the left. And look at Namizato, one of the smallest guys on the court, getting in there, almost getting the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Size, alley-oop, nope. Shorter catches it. How in the world does Shorter finish that? Excellent work by Shannon Shorter. So Narito Namizato goes out and Kishimoto comes in, and the Golden Kings fans hoping that they're going to see a better version of Kishimoto than what they saw in the first half when he failed to score and missed all three-pointers that he attempted. Kishimoto gets it out wide. Now drifting in. And there for the follow is Jack Cooley. Points for Jack Cooley now. And 7 rebounds. Shorter. Going up against Maki. Edwards caught it. Fumbled it. Decided to drive, and he does. Chiba Jets trying to hit the runway and take off here. You can feel it. Now Cooley. And Gavin Edwards had his back to Cooley. And it's called for the foul. So 3 fouls called on Gavin Edwards, and after the good move on offense, he's going to have to come out. So Josh Duncan goes back in to guard Cooley. And Jack Cooley, oh boy, they called an offensive foul on Jack Cooley there. I'm not sure I agree with that one. That's a tough call. Certainly Jack Cooley doesn't agree with it. And I think Fujita doesn't want his players to get caught up. To be honest, I thought maybe you could have called a foul on Cooley at the very beginning when he kind of like led with his forearm, but not on that one. Coach Lippin into the game. The ball batted out. Tashiro. Imamura. Basket has a lid on it right now for the Golden Kings. Tagashi. Imamura quickly. Over to Kishimoto. Imamura to Cooley. And Cooley just pulls his way down low, puts it up and in, and has an angry look at the referee. And Fujita comes out to restrain his player. I think he was mad at that charge, hooking charge that he was called for. Well, Cooley's got to dig deep. If he channels his frustration in the right way, it's not a problem, but you certainly don't want to pick up a technical. Look at him stay with it. That is the A version of Jack Cooley. He's angry. He's tenacious. But you never want to show up the referee. And I know that Fujita as well is telling him, listen, just calm down a little bit. Play with fire. Play with energy. But don't talk to the referees. That last basket, in fact, made Jack Cooley the leading scorer in the game. He's got 14 points, along with 7 rebounds and an assist. Shannon Shorter has 13 points to lead this Chiba Jets team. Also, Dwayne Evans coming back into the game. And how big has Kim Tilly been today? Well, he had his 9 first-half points. Hasn't been able to get one to drop in the second half. But always a threat, and here he is making a play on defense. Tremendous play by the Frenchman. Terrific defense. Now you want to get Tilly the ball if you can. Kishimoto again, exactly what we saw in the first half from him. Nobody wants to make that shot as badly as he does. Sometimes it happens. You just lose your form in any particular game. It's happened to him at the worst possible time. Duncan, meanwhile. And they call an offensive foul, backing his way down low. Yeah, great call. It's just his second, after on the second bump, he kind of really turned into him and threw his right elbow in there. Imamura sizes up his options. Now Evans. Will this be it finally from him? And Evans, for whatever reason, it is absolutely incredible. He is literally right at the rim, and Nishimura falls over, and offensive foul has been called with 1:13 to go in this third quarter. Good job by Kishimoto. Well, if you're not making shots on offense, make some plays on defense. And three-point shot, not there. Ball hit the top of the backboard, so that goes out of bounds. Gets it over to Shudohara, dumps down low to size. Not having his way with Dwayne Evans, but nevertheless collects himself, goes up. Great finish by Seba Size and the lead. That goes back to 10 points for Chiba Jets. And Evans again. Well, it's turning into a real horror show for him. Right around the basket as well. Count like at least 4 shots where he's just been right at the rim and hasn't been able to put it in. Size misses again. And a foul battling away on Duncan. Crashing into Dwayne Evans. Three fouls on Josh Duncan. Right about now, you feel like with this 10-point lead, Chiba Jets have a chance to really land. They're close to landing a knockout punch, but on a few possessions, they've come up empty. So this Golden Kings team maintaining hope. And meanwhile, Dwayne Evans just trying to get the good vibes back. And second is good as well, so it gets it back to an 8-point game. And the ball almost went in by Ko Flippin right at the break. We saw Tagashi in the quarterfinals hit one right at the end of the buzzer, get a 4-point play, but it didn't go in. So Chiba Jets nevertheless lead at 63-55 at the end of 3. Enjoy these top 5 assists highlights that we're going to show you from the quarterfinals. Duncan Over to Sato, goes baseline, gets it back to Duncan. And, oh, big Josh Duncan now with a chance.
Well, dish off there, Jordan Heath under the basket, and Jordan Heath able to tuck it away.
So for him to come out immediately and score, that's a great sign for Seahorses Makawa. Now Size, though, drives in and nobody meets him. Size says thanks for the pass.
She now gets a handoff with Fazekas. Here comes the switch on defense, finds Fazekas under the basket. Nick Fazekas, and again a pick and roll sequence. Well, they got the switch. Good ball movement here by Osaka Evesa. Newbill, what a move! Harrelson, oh baby! What a play! Starts with DJ Newbill.
Well, we look back at some of these highlights of this exciting game. Remember, the winner of this game 3 in the semifinals punches their ticket to the finals to take on Utsunomiya Brecks, who dispensed with the Brave Thunders in their semifinals 2-0. And here we go. Gut check time for both of these teams. Shannon Shorter over to Edwards. And he gets to the rim. Big, bad Gavin Edwards goes right down the lane. Kishimoto. Imamura now. Tashiro. Imamura. And there's Cooley back in the game. Important offensive rebound. Tashiro. And the ball not dropping. Good job defensively. So they're getting it back. Golden Kings to 6 of 24 at last check from three-point range. Chiba Jets, 9 of 21, 42%. So that is a big difference. Hayato Maki comes back in. Duncan comes back in for Edwards. Also, Sato is coming in. And Kishimoto still cannot get it to drop. So able to get the basketball out on the outlet pass to Code Flippin. If I was Code Flippin, I would have tried to get the ball to Duncan. Here he is. Duncan goes right at Cooley. Boy, Evans just even struggling to get the rebound there. Just has not been his game today. Go flipping. Tough pass. Caught by Size. Size. Oh, wow. Tough, tough. Seba Size. We're in the ponytail now. 12 points the advantage. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Evans goes hard to the basket and finally gets something to drop. He's got 8 points, but he was 4-4 at the line. And before that was 1 of 6 from the floor. Size from the stripe. It's good. 10 points for Size. Also 12 rebounds, so another double-double for the Spain international. Nishimura called for the foul on Dwayne Evans. Kashiro has this Golden Kings team played its best basketball, or are we going to see them save their best for last? Well, they better start turning it up a notch. Namizato called for throwing his right elbow and catching Nishimura. Watch this. Yeah, he got him. There's no doubt about it. The video does not lie. And it might be fortunate it's not done sportsmanlike. Nishimura, and certainly the elbow did not put him off of his shot as he goes down and hits a nice jump shot to give Chiba Jets their biggest lead of the game. 71-57. Timeout has been called by the Golden Kings. Well, Jack Cooley's still the game's leading scorer with 14 points. But Shannon Shorter has 13. Gavin Edwards, Shurahara, and Seba Sais each with 12 points, and Josh Duncan with 10. So 5 players in double figures for the Chiba Jets. They have been spreading it out. Jack Cooley, the only player in double figures for the Golden Kings, although Kim Tilley does have 9 first-half points. That Kishimoto has not scored today, and he's 0 for 6. That's a real killer for the Golden Kings. And also Dwayne Evans has not been at his best either. Those two players really wreaked havoc in game 2. But today they are a combined 2 of 13. Now make it 2 of 14 from the floor. Semifinals, getting away from this Golden Kings team that just battled until the end yesterday. Are we going to see the same thing today? 6.5 minutes remaining. Co-flipping. Beautiful, graceful co-flipping. He's 24 years of age. A lot more to come from him in his exciting career, no doubt. And flipping jumps in there into the passing lane, gets the steal. Nishimura has it over to co-flipping. Decides to go to the basket. Oh, what about that? I thought he was going to do a pump fake and go up, and then he ended up going on the other side of the basket to score the reverse layup, one of the highlights of the game. Even Tagashi can't hardly believe it. Look at this. This is called shaking and baking. He went up. Kim Tilley came over. He wasn't going to let him have it, and it was the hang time of co-flipping that allowed him to go over and score with the reverse layup. And Tagashi feels it. He knows his team right now is within touching distance of a spot in the finals against Utsunomiya Brex. They lead at 76-57. And the bounce pass gets away from Evans. Now co-flipping and scores with another drive with the left hand. They are lowering the boom, Chiba Jets. Ko is on the go once again. He really is quite a weapon to bring off the bench. Here's Ko flipping again, coming to an arena near you, Yokohama City it appears. What a finish, and what a burst of points for that young man. Well, this thing has just gotten out of hand. They're outscored 19-12, having fought back the trail by just one at halftime. They're outscored 19-12 in the third quarter. The Golden Kings. Chiba Jets have ever since been lowering the boom. They've outscored Chiba 15-2 here in this fourth quarter. So it has gone from bad to worse for the Golden Kings, and Kishimoto is going to check back into the game, and there's no doubt they're going to have to play almost perfect basketball the rest of the way just to have a chance. They'd like to get Kim Tilly open for a three if they can. And Josh Duncan commits foul number 4. Tashiro not feeling very good after this contact with the knee. Oh, he was planting his right knee, Josh Duncan, and it got Tashiro where the sun doesn't shine. And not what you want to see as well when you're trying to come back from a 21-point deficit is Shannon Shorter re-entering the game. Kim Tilly, that's for 2. Ko flipping, turns it over. This will be a dunk for Evans. We would have liked to have had a few more of those in this game. Never say never. It's not over yet. 19 points to deficit. It certainly does not look good. But with the shot clock, obviously, they got to put shots up. And again, what helped this team, or what allowed this team to win yesterday, was their incredible defense in the fourth quarter. But it's going to have to be extraordinary defense. In the backcourt over to Mishimura. There you go, they break it easily. You don't want to foul now, that's for sure, not with all that time having gone off the shot clock. Mishimura lets him go. Shannon Shorter passes outside. Sato! And Evans rebounds the miss, and then the foul called on Ko flipping. And it's not what you want to do as well if you're Chiba Jets. Foul to stop the clock. So official timeout. So looking at the foul trouble there. 4 fouls on Gavin Edwards, 4 on Josh Duncan. Well, even the Chiba Jets seem to thrive in the helter-skelter type of chaotic game. Unfortunately for the Golden Kings, that's what they're going to have to try to play now, to try to force some turnovers, get some easy baskets, get fouled in transition perhaps to stop the clock, try to hit some three-pointers. All they can do is their best. They have to get out there. Get out there and give it their best. You're not going to get it all back at once, that's for sure. You want to try to cut it to 15 and try to get it to 10. And if you can get it down to 10 points, maybe with a couple minutes remaining, you got a chance. Tim Tilley, guarded by Sais. Now Kishimoto, even though he's been errant today, they're not going to let him have it. Here's Evans. Shannon Shorter reaches in, and Ko Flippin, who have they called the foul on, whatever, stops the clock, and it puts Evans back on the line. So 10 points for Dwayne Evans, 3 of 9 from the floor. He is perfect at the line, 4 of 4. And if you were going to miss a free throw, you certainly didn't want to miss the first one. It's just been a tough game for Dwayne Evans today. So Evans makes the second and gets it back to an 18-point deficit. And this is where they need to come up with a turnover and perhaps get another steal, but instead they reach in and commit the foul. That's foul number 4, team foul number 4, so no free throws. So Jack Cooley comes back in and replaces Dwayne Evans. Kajitsa trying to remain as upbeat as possible. Well, pass up ahead. Cooley, terrific hustle from the big fella. Takes out a cameraman. He's going to check on him. He's all tangled up. Now he's going to make sure that everybody's okay before he comes back out. And he hears the applause for the hustle. Entry pass, and Ko Flippin. Wow. Flippin, hey, he has been the man with a plan in this fourth quarter. He has gone back to his A-star form. Tilley from the arc. And Shorter rebounds the miss. So they lead back to 20. Now Shorter puts it up at the strike. It's good. And the lead is 22, and folks, it looks like the writing is on the wall for the Golden Kings. Chiba Jets, once again, hitting the runway, getting ready to take on Utsunomiya Brex in the finals, it would appear. Nishimura called for the foul. And Mackey comes back in. You know, with the Golden Kings, you got to stress the positives of a great season, best in the West. You come in with high hopes, you fall behind in the semifinal, you trail 1-0, you show incredible fight to come back and win game 2. And in this decisive game 3, it's really been all Chiba Jets. Kukui makes the first and misses the second. Now who's going to get the basketball?
Chiba と、Ryukyu が、同時にフリースローバイオレーションです。ボールはジャンプボールステーションでキングスのボールになります。
So I'm not exactly sure what's happened here, folks. You can see Shannon Shorter doesn't want to give away anything. Also, both teams were hit with a free throw violation, and then that creates a jump ball situation. And that means the possession arrow goes to the Golden Kings. Kishimoto from the arc, and Size. Another rebound for Sebastian Size. He's got 13 rebounds now to go with his 12 points. Shannon Shorter. Now Size. Staying on France. Nowhere to go as Tilly seals the baseline. And nobody stops Edwards. Well, they foul him as he drives. So 3:12 remaining in the game. Edwards, you can see he was caught by Kim Tilly as he went for the basket. We want to make sure it's not an unsportsmanlike. Well, they have called it unsportsmanlike. So it'll be 2 shots and possession. I didn't see it, to be honest. I didn't think they were going to call that, and I think Kim Tilly's a little surprised. So it looks like Togashi has played his last for the day. No need for him to go back in with his team leading by 22 points. Kevin Edwards now with 14 points. After those 2 free throws. 13 of 16 at the free throw line today. Chiba Jets. On the go. Good. Another one. He is feeling it. 25-point advantage. They have blown this thing wide open. And really, you look back and you hate it. You hate to see it happen to great players. Kishimoto today, 0 for 7 from the floor. Dwayne Evans has just had such a difficult afternoon, but I think a lot of that is tiredness. 3 of 9 from the floor. Jack Cooley, the most consistent player for the Golden Kings today. 17 points, 10 rebounds. And now Mackey called for a foul. At some point, you do have to call off the dogs. I suppose with 2:26 remaining, Fujita thinks there might be a miracle, but I don't think so. as Shannon Shorter makes the first. And makes the second as well. He's got 17 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Another good game for Shannon Shorter. Tim Tilley just able to catch it and put the basketball up. Now flipping in the open floor, has the ball knocked away by Tim Tilley. Well, Toshiro comes out and gets a warm embrace from his coach, Fujita. Just a terrific competitor. Toshiro's given everything. Kishimoto called for a hold. So that'll put Nishimura on the free throw line. And now Nishimura misses a free throw. So Utsunomiya and Chiba Jets is what that final is going to be. It's only a matter of time before that is confirmed. Nishimura makes 1 of 2 and takes it up to a 26-point lead. Kishimoto, he makes it, it'll be too little too late, but he doesn't. And it just continues a very disappointing game for him. Kishimoto now 0 for 8 from three-point range. Nomura misses from the baseline as well, and Size rebounds it. I guess if they keep playing, there's a chance Chiba Jets could get to the 100 mark, especially if they keep fouling. Nishimura showing us his dribbling skills. Gavin Edwards at the elbow. Now Kishimoto sprints to the other end, and he's going to try to get his first 2 points of the game, and he does. So that allows a chance for Yoshiaki Fujinaga to come into the game. Also coming in is Shigehiro Taguchi. So job well done for that man right there, Asushi Ono. Potentially very difficult to bounce back from yesterday's defeat. But they have come back and really they have owned the second half. You got the feeling really from the very start that it was just going to be too big of a mountain to climb for this Golden Kings team. Although they did have a good, strong finish to that first half. They pulled back to within 1 point, but in the second half, they had just not been clicking at all. Kishimoto pulls up on the break, and there is an offensive rebound, a putback for Jack Cooley. He's got 19 points, 11 rebounds. Well, Kishimoto at least comes up with a steal and gets the basketball back. The foul has been called, and he will get free throws. Namizato was very good in the first half, helped keep his team in it. Started okay in the second, but in the end, just didn't have enough. And Dwayne Evans, of course, we've spoken about his struggles today. Just a difficult game. And Toshiro, again, As we look at Kishimoto, Toshiro 3 points, 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 rebounds, an assist. Obviously, he's out there to play, to do it all, especially on the defensive end. And Kishimoto makes both free throws. Makes his scoreline look a little bit better. He's got 4 points now. Well, they're going to play to the final buzzer, aren't they? Funyu's in. They need the foul. Well, they do turn it over again, and they're going to go in for one last basket for Kishimoto. And I don't think they're going to take a shot. So Chiba Jets, they don't care by how much. They just care that they win, and they have. They have done so decisively, blowing out their opponents in the second half. Chiba Jets advance to the final to face Utsunomiya Brex with an 89-71 Game 3 victory over the Ryukyu Golden Kings. Utsunomiya will be taking on this team in white today, Chiba Jets, and it was just a little too much for this Golden Kings team to get done today. They were, no doubt they were tired, but you know, you don't want to take anything away from Chiba Jets either. They were tired too. They came out, they played through the tiredness, the tough moments of the game. It was a 1-point game at halftime. They refocused, they came back out, and they've gotten the job done in that second half. Imamura there, warm embrace with his opponents, and now we're going to hear some comments from head coach Atsushi Ono of Chiba Jets. I think also we're going to hear somebody from the Ryukyu Golden Kings talk here. Take a bow, Coach Flippin. You were excellent again today. Shannon Shorter hugging his coach, Atsushi Ono. So again, we're going to have some comments, I think, from someone from the Golden Kings, and I think it's going to be Tashiro. Naoki Tashiro. And his comment was, thank you for cheering. And thanks for coming out today. Now head coach Ono. So first of all, he's asked, how do you feel about advancing to the finals? And Atsushi Ono says, relieved. エナジーを持って戦おうというところを選手が体現してくれたと思います。一つ今日の中でリバウンドというのはポイントだったと思いますが、手元の集計ですと10ポイント以上相手より上回りました。今日上回れた理由というのはどんなところにありますか？そうですね、もう本当メンタリティだと思います。自分たちが50-50ボールとリバウンドをしっかりグラブする。そのためにしっかり準備をするボックスアウトだったり、ダイブすることを心がけようというのは伝えました。So he was also saying how in game 2 their energy just wasn't good enough.